There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more. Never have our community heroes been more worthy of recognition than today, and Wendy's is here to show thanks for all they do with a free breakfast for a year giveaway. Starting Monday, November 15th through December 9th, we want you to nominate the individuals you feel have gone above and beyond. Just go to yourtotalmedia.com/communityheroes and give us a line or two about why someone you know deserves free Wendy's breakfast for a year as part of Wendy's Thank You Thursdays campaign throughout this holiday season. That's right, our community heroes have the opportunity to win free breakfast for a year from Wendy's, which includes a delicious breakfast combo. We'll select a community hero every week on Thursday, and you'll hear their inspiring stories on the air. You can nominate anyone who's made an impact in our community. Wendy's wants to reward our dedicated and hardworking individuals because these heroes have kept our communities together and running. Make your nomination today at yourtotalmedia.com/communityheroes, and Wendy's will be providing free breakfast for a year to those deserving individuals.
Christmas in My Mind. Presented for your Christmas time enjoyment by the D.N. Davis Vocal Choirs of Jackson. At the Marquette Cultural Arts Center, Main Street, Jackson, Ohio, on December 11th at 7 p.m. Admission is $5 online at marquettetickets.org, or $7 the day of the concert.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV. And of course, Jennifer here to start off the morning with our good friend, Kim the Elf.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
This is just another hat I wear.
I was going to say, my gosh, we've just added another hat
Lord.
to your repertoire.
Yep.
No, our good friend Kim Hattle-Harless is here, and we are going to talk about something, well, lots of things, because we always talk about lots of things. But the main thing that we're going to talk about today is what's going on this weekend.
Yes, we have a great event coming up on Sunday.
You haven't lost your mind, and you don't think you're Buddy the Elf, right?
I do not. I do not want to be Elf on the Shelf. I've seen so many pictures on Facebook. They're so cute. My kids are too old for that, but I do have a grandson, and I'm thinking he may be a little young for it. But anyway.
Getting there.
Yes, we are having it's actually our 4th annual event. The first 2 years it was in person.
Okay.
Because we had it at the OARDC Research Farm.
Yes.
And we had breakfast with Santa. And this was a free event for anybody that wanted to come. We had over 400 people, our kids, come the first year. So we did it again the next year.
Wildly successful.
Had real live reindeers, there. People could get pictures. So then last year, COVID hit. And we said, what on earth are we going to do? We got to do this event with the kids, because Santa's not going to be out. COVID hit and no Santa.
Well, Santa has to be safe. I mean,
Santa has to be safe, right?
Hello.
So we started thinking outside the box. Our Jackson-Vinton gang, they are very good at doing that. And we started talking about it. First it was, well, we can't have it. And then we started saying, why don't we have it and move it to the fairgrounds where it's wide open there?
Uh-huh.
And then we kept brainstorming. We said, why don't we do a drive-through? Just let the kids. And then it exploded from there. We had a green screen. We had... Oh, it was amazing. We had our volunteers fixing pancakes, sausage, and everything was donated. I mean, McDonald's donated all the to-go carrier things, the bags. United Dairy donated all the milk in bottles. And they drove it from West Virginia up to Piggly Wiggly in Wellston to store it for us.
That's so nice.
And then we got like pancake batter from A&A Truck Stop. The only thing I think we bought a little bit of was sausages, and the store even then gave us a discount on pre-cooked sausage.
Aw,
But we
very
set up a
good.
griddle and fix it all right there. We have elves there that bag it up and get everything ready for the kids. And what was so unique about this one, we had a live reindeer at the in-person one.
Uh-huh.
That sucker, he was like very expensive. So we decided at our drive-thru event.
Well, they're super important because
and
they're
it
the
came
ones
from way up north.
They're the ones that get Santa where he needs to go.
I know, but it was kind of like, it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So we said, we have so many farmers in our area, so we're going to utilize them. And we had from Valley View Farm, and it's on the border there of Gallia and here, but they brought their Longhorn cattle, which were amazing, beautiful, so tame. We had
thank goodness, because they could just, those things are terrifying.
We had them all in pens, you know. So when the
Yeah.
kids, after they got their breakfast with Mrs. Claus, she handed them the breakfast. Then they would drive on around the fairgrounds on their exit, and they saw all the animals. So we had
Aw.
miniature donkeys. Tara Riley and Mary Regal brought those. We had Carl's Boer goats. We
Aw.
had a couple other little things. That was our first time doing it. So this year, we've exploded. More animals.
Yay!
We're reversing it so that they see the animals when they come in
Okay.
instead of waiting for Santa, because they got so excited looking ahead to see Santa that they forgot to look at the animals. So we've got it all arranged. Senior Fair Board has been kind enough to let us use the fairgrounds free, and some of them are even volunteering. We have
I love all
the
this.
Grinch coming. We have all kinds of FFA kids from Jackson and Oak Hill helping us, of
Mhm.
course, and we're just excited about it. So excited about it.
Well, so how, do you have to buy a ticket in advance?
No.
Like, how do you come to this event?
You just show up. I mean,
Okay.
there's really no way to monitor it. So we are planning for 400.
Okay.
So it's from 9 a.m. to noon. Last year we did it 8
There it
to
is.
11. Yep, there it is. But 8 was a little early for people on a Sunday. So we decided to back it
I
up
could
to
see that.
9. And we're doing it until noon. And, even if we run out of food, which we hope we do, that's a great
Sure.
problem. You can still come through and see Santa, get a card from Santa, give him your letter, see the animals. And this year, I think we're going to go rogue a little bit. I know it says drive-through, but we're going to have Mary Ball has a beautiful white carriage.
Yes, she does.
We used that the first 2 years. Last year, we had a little sled because of the room, but we're going to have the carriage again. So Santa's going to be up on the carriage, and we're going to let the kids get out this year and stand in front so they can get a good picture.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Can't sit on. We're not going to do laps yet.
Yeah.
We'll probably wait until next year with that. But at least they'll get out of the car and get a
Love
stand in
it.
front of the carriage for a good picture.
And don't forget, kids, to write your letters to Santa, because that's
Exactly.
the perfect opportunity to just literally hand
Yes.
it to him yourself.
Oh, we got so many letters last year. It was so cute. And then I put them in our office. I had a fake mailbox, and I stuffed them all in the window, and it was just reading those were so adorable.
Oh
my
yeah,
gosh.
and then
Some of them were heartbreaking, but they were just so real.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Kids do say the darndest things, and
they're very
and
honest.
They are very honest,
Yep.
and you're right. Some of them can be heartbreaking.
Yep, they were.
Oh, I was reading one of them the other day. It wasn't a Santa letter, but it was one of my friends posted something on Facebook, and
Oh dear.
it was her son's homework, and he
Oh no.
had totally spelled. He meant to say shirt, but he forgot the R.
Oh dear.
So it was like, I like my shirt, except for something like that.
Oh, he wasn't asking for a new shirt, was he?
No.
That would have been bad.
It was just hilarious, because it's like, that's just such a
That's
kid
so
thing.
real.
Like,
That's right.
And it never would have.
No.
He wouldn't have
No.
thought anything about it.
Sure.
Anyway, but yes, they do say funny things.
Yes,
so.
they do.
But no, this is a perfect opportunity for the kids to hand those letters to Santa. You get a great breakfast on
Yes.
Sunday,
Pancakes,
a wonderful breakfast.
sausage, and milk. Yeah,
And you get to see all the fun animals as well.
absolutely, absolutely. If you can you scroll up on that, up where on our flyer? I want you to see the pictures. 3 of the pictures that we did. If you scroll up on that, the Grinch. Look at that little boy's face when he saw the Grinch.
Ah!
I mean, how cute is that? And then the first one is actually our green screen that we had David Coyne Photography did it last year, and they
love it.
literally worked that in. And then the second one, or the last one, is our alpaca friends from Vinton County.
Yes.
So we have, yeah. I mean, is his face priceless or what?
Oh, it's
yeah. And so to tie on to this, I just have to brag on my group a little bit. Do you remember me talking about some national awards that we've won in the past?
Yes.
Well, this won a national award.
You're kidding.
No. So I
great.
applied for it. I sent in, and basically it's a application, and you tell the details, you tell how many people attended, and because I think we took an event and didn't just cancel it like a lot of people did.
Right. Didn't give up on it.
We got creative. So this year we were one of 18 in the United States that won a national award. It's called a CAE award, which is County Excellence Activity. So we will be headed to Atlanta in January to showcase this, and I'm sure we'll have Mrs. Claus there in costume as well as some elves, and we will show it to the rest of the United States and give them ideas on other states on how to do this.
I think that's so wonderful. And, you all are trendsetters, if you will. And, if anything, COVID's taught us how to think outside the box. And, I think that's so cool that you all didn't give up on this idea and the kids and whatever, and just came up with a better way to do it or a different way to do it.
And I'll tell you, I think, in our position with events that we've been doing, COVID has made us definitely think outside the box, but it has also made us realize that you don't have to do the same event the same way every year.
Correct.
I mean, we love the concept of this at the fairgrounds.
Well, and honestly, let's just think about it too. Like, the big cities, they probably don't have the cool fairgrounds.
Exactly.
They don't have access to that.
That's the thing.
Area that we do.
We
know
everybody,
Yeah.
Everybody's local. We know each other, and everybody's so willing to chip in.
Yes.
I mean, we sent out a few letters to get donations to help cover the cost of the signs and things, and it was amazing how much money we got back in, and we're putting it all back into this.
There you go.
Yep. It's definitely
thank you,
something
community.
for the community. Yep. And the kids, just seeing the kids. I mean, we'll start setting up Friday, and then we'll continue Saturday in the rain. It looks like it's going to be almost 60 degrees.
Yes, it's going to be
raining,
beautiful.
But we're going to set up all day Saturday, and then we'll be ready. We'll probably get up there about 6 a.m. on Sunday and run it through.
So now, do you have to be from Jackson County to come? So
no, we have
anybody
really
can
been
come.
promoting it on Facebook, and people have been sharing it all over. So anybody that wants to come, if they want to take a little drive, we don't care where they're from.
You know what? And if you don't have a kid with you,
hey, we have people bringing dogs.
I was going to say drive-through anyway.
Yes.
Courtney and I are just like, yay!
Yes, absolutely. We have people bringing dogs. We had some adults come through last year, and we gave them, they're like, we're going to pay you for the breakfast. We're like, no, we don't want paid.
Aww.
But they're like, we're going to pay you because we don't have any kids. We don't care. We just want people to get out and enjoy, a Sunday morning. The good thing is we have a lot of people that will go to church after they come to this.
Oh,
and they come. I can tell you, one family every year has been faithful, and they come in their pajamas, matching pajamas,
so
and
cute.
get their picture taken because we do have. Do you know Tina McKee?
Mm-hmm.
She is going to be our photographer.
Oh, good.
She donated her time.
Thank
and
you.
She is going to be taking pictures and then giving them away afterwards.
Wow.
So we just, when you do something like this for the kids, the community just goes all in. They just, it's for the kids.
That's right.
Well, it's for the adults too, because we really enjoy.
I was going to say, it's us getting to be kids.
It's fun. That's right. I mean, how often do you get to do this, right?
That's true.
So we're excited.
Courtney, are you going to take Augie?
I was going to say, he has a Santa costume, so I might have to put Augie in a Santa
Maybe
costume.
Maybe we can get
costume.
Marley and Augie together, and they could, go together.
We
and
might
hang
even
out.
have some doggy treats there. Yeah. I mean, when we had some dogs come through last year, I was like, dang, I didn't even think about this. So, yeah. Bring grandparents, bring grandchildren. If you just want to come up, like you said, and drive through it and see the animals.
Just see the animals.
How often do you see a longhorn? I mean, longhorn cattle, alpacas, sheep, goats, baby cattle, miniature donkeys all at one time.
Well, when you see a longhorn cattle, you certainly don't want to be that close
From a
to it.
distance,
So, having the opportunity to
Yeah.
know that they're safe and they're calm and
Yeah.
that you can.
These are so calm. They let them up afterwards, and we got pictures with them. Yeah. Now Santa was a little nervous because the cows kept moving their horns, and he was like, but no,
Well, there's a lot of dough around
There's a lot of
there
dough.
for those things to hook into.
yeah. And the unique thing about the award we won is you can't send pictures.
Oh, you
Oh
can't.
no, you have to put it in words, and
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I write like someone isn't there, but I want them to think they're there. So, and I think that's a lot. You got to be very descriptive. So, for something like this, it's so easy to be descriptive on this.
Well, your passion for it just
Exactly.
oozes out onto the paper, I'm sure.
Yes.
Well, thank you all for doing
Yes,
this
we
event.
can't
This is
wait.
amazing.
Yeah. So it's our 4th year.
So this Sunday,
This Sunday, 9 to noon at
Mhm.
the Jackson County Fairgrounds.
I'm sure you'll
Yeah.
have signs
We
out.
will have. Last year, the Grinch was the first person they saw.
Okay.
And he gave them the rules. And, last year it was like follow the candy cane trail. Well, we'll do the same way, but we're coming in backwards.
Doing
this
it
year.
different
We're
this
gonna
year.
do it different. So please just be patient with us and watch for the candy canes and watch for directions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very cool.
Well,
Yep.
that's super exciting,
I
and
know.
thank you.
I love this event. It's like
Thank you.
one of my favorites.
Yes, for
So.
sure. What's not to love, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I get to bring my grandson this year too.
Yay! Now,
He
how
doesn't
old is
like
he
Santa.
now? He
He's
doesn't. Not yet. He will.
Not a fan. He is 20 months.
Okay.
So he's at that age of, I don't know what that is, but I really kind of like it, but I don't want to sit on it.
No, right. Exactly.
Yeah, he slithers down whenever you put him on Santa's lap. It's funny.
My mother told me I'm not supposed to talk to
Yes.
strangers, so
And this thing's very
This
strange and
guy's
has lots of hair.
weird and loud.
Yeah. And so he's so cute with him, though.
Oh, that's
We just got to
adorable.
get a real quick picture and then slither off.
Yes. I mean, it's, just for memory's sake, it's the best ones are
those
when
are
the
the-
kids are freaking out, and then
Yes.
you can, hoss those out later on in life and
Right.
embarrass them. So.
Oh, yeah. That's my Christmas card this year. We went and visited my daughter Meredith in South Carolina and surprised her.
Yes.
It was awesome. And we went they have county parks down there, and they are full of lights. They're beautiful.
Aw.
So last year we went down and you could drive through it.
Oh, cool.
This year you got to get out. They had huge s'mores pits where you could buy kits and
sold.
make s'mores over a bigger than this desk.
Ah,
They just had people around it, and you bought a little kit and you just made s'mores. I'm thinking, I want
such
to
a
do
good
that.
idea.
That is such a cool idea. So I'm going to steal some of their ideas for next year when we can actually
Yeah.
get out and about.
Yes.
Yeah, and they
And
had
have
some
the
other
whole event.
activities that they were doing. But we had pictures with Santa. So we got one group photo, and he was okay as long as we were playing Baby Shark on the music. He loves Baby Shark. But then I have one of him sitting on his lap, and he is literally like, like crying, like, please get me off here. But those are the best ones.
They are,
They
because it's
are.
just so true.
It's
you
so
know?
true. Yep. And one of these days he'll look back at that and be like, really, Mom?
I know. I can't believe you
Can't
did that
believe
to
you made me do
me.
this. But
I
it's all
still get
good.
out my 6th grade picture and say, Mother,
Yes.
why did you let me leave the house looking like this?
know.
It is so bad.
Because back then it was a style, Jennifer.
That's what she
It
says.
was.
No, there was never that style.
Yes, there was.
No.
Take it from an older mother.
My glasses were bigger than my head.
Oh, but I bet you were stylish. I bet you were.
There's no way. No. And it was just all going wrong. You had like the glasses that were here and the braces
Yep.
and like the frizzy hair. And it was just real bad.
But I bet you were adorable. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think I had those glasses too. Yeah, mine were teal.
Oh my goodness.
Mine were like, pink and cream or something.
Well,
like kind
y'all
of.
had glasses. I did not, but I wanted to. Like in the
Oh.
3rd or 4th grade, you go through that. Everybody's got glasses. I want glasses.
Oh.
Right.
So I took my great grandmother's glasses, an old pair, okay, and I put them on like they were mine. But they were so strong.
I was going to say, you probably couldn't see
And when
anything.
I got off the bus, I almost fell, and it was like I was high stepping because Yeah, I told that secret, didn't I?
We always want what we can't
Oh my
have.
gosh, I did. And then after I really couldn't walk with them, I thought, forget this. All of a sudden, my eyes were better and I didn't need glasses anymore.
All it took was a couple of times of falling on your face
Yep.
and they knocked those eyeballs straight.
Knocked them right straight.
Well, very good. No, I love this event. I think it's so fun. I mean, I just feel like we do so much in our small little area to promote Christmas and the holidays and to help folks that might be in need or this is a free breakfast.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Bring the kids.
And it's good. I mean, we're taking nice big pancakes, 2 pieces of sausage, and whiter chocolate milk. And I mean, we'll give him we give him a coloring page. Last year we gave him a goodie bag. The dairy farmers from Ohio and West Virginia donated a lot of like erasers and pencils and booklets and stuff.
Yeah.
But we haven't gotten those yet. I ordered them like a month ago.
Okay.
And like everything else,
Shipping
we
is...
can't get it. So if we happen to get it last minute, we'll get our gang together and we'll bag them up. But right now they're going to get a coloring page and they'll get a card from Santa with a candy cane on it and a breakfast. So we feel good about
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun no matter what. And you get to see all the fun animals.
Yes,
So.
the animals are amazing. They're worth coming up and seeing, even if you're an adult and don't want to see Santa.
Exactly.
You can still see the animals because they're very cool.
Exactly. Cool. Well, so that's that hat.
That's that hat.
So no, and working with the Farm Bureau, you guys are always planning all kind of fun events and things. So do you have anything else coming up after this one?
Oh,
I feel like you
is December.
Just are always
So
doing something.
for Jackson-Vinton. Well, we'll be planning all of on my other counties, we do other events throughout the year too.
Mm-hmm.
So in Jackson, I think our next one will probably be our Ag Day, unless we come up with something in between. Sometimes those 30-day advance events are the best.
Yes.
Because you don't have time to really pick it apart and you just do it.
You just have to do it.
Yeah. So we have things that come up, but I'm kept it, like my other counties have things like in February, we have cattlemen clinics. We're going to go back to doing those. Conservation school in Scioto County, and it's a very cool event. I love to do in some of my other counties, but I get people from Jackson and Pike go to it there. So, but they won a national award also. So I have 2 counties, Scioto and Jackson, are both going for national awards. Theirs was in
Woohoo.
2020,
Yeah.
which they canceled our San Diego trip because of COVID. But so I have 2 counties going to Atlanta. So it's always fun when I get my volunteers together because they all like each other and know each other.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be fun. So I'm taking about 13 volunteers with me on a plane to Atlanta.
Woohoo.
Yeah, and it's like herding cats.
Well, I was going to say herding cats,
herding
getting them
cats.
to
A
Atlanta.
couple of them haven't flown before, but yeah.
Just take lots of masks with you.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. In between there, I think Pike has a reindeer games event that we're selling kettle corn at over at the fairgrounds there on the 15th. Any of these things that are county-driven, county-related that we cross county lines. We post it and invite people from Jackson to go. And so our counties kind of intermingle a lot.
Love it.
And besides that, we've been making apple butter like it's going out of style. Oh, it's a lot. But my people love getting together making apple butter here.
You create a monster with that stuff.
They are so they enjoy it. I mean, doing it in August when it's hot and you have a fire, it's not the most fun. But they did it again while I was on vacation. They did it in November, and it was cool. They had the fire. They just love doing it.
Oh,
So,
I love
but
that.
we do have some left. We made about 200 pints. We've sold, I think we have maybe 3 cases left.
Okay.
So if anybody's looking for a nice Christmas idea,
Christmas
gift,
gifts or just for Christmas dinner
Yeah.
or New Year's or
Right.
whatever.
we have it at the office, $6 a pint, same price. Come in and we're there 8:30 to 4 every day. We close from 12 to 12:30 for lunch.
And the thing is, the funny thing, and we've talked about it, you and I here on the show, but you talk about apple butter and you just assume that it's a thing everywhere. And you don't realize how important it is that, the Grange makes apple butter and that you guys make apple butter because it's not a thing everywhere.
No.
And it is delicious.
We get people coming from other places to buy it because, when we do what we call an informs to all of our members.
Mhm.
And it's like an email blast. And the moment we put that out there, we get calls from other places wanting apple butter, especially this time of year, because if you didn't buy a lot, if you only bought like a jar or two, you're out. You're out.
Oh, yeah.
So
it doesn't.
now you're like, I need some apple butter. Well, we can take care of that.
And that is such a good thing to do for the holidays, whether you're eating it yourself or giving it as
Yes.
gifts. I can remember, I'm sure you remember my Uncle Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Louie Long.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one of the things that you always knew every year. You were getting a
Yes.
jar of from the Grange because
Yep.
he was a member of the Grange and they helped make it
Those
and whatever.
are the best.
And I, at the time you didn't appreciate it as
No,
much
you
as
think,
now
"Oh, it's
thinking
a
back
jar
about
of
it.
apple butter.
I
Thank you."
do.
Yes.
Like, he was giving us part of our heritage. It is really cool.
Exactly. I have a cool thing we're doing since we're on apple butter. One of my friend's son is getting married in North Carolina in September.
Uh-huh.
And what he asked is he wants to do a favor from Jackson County. So guess what
Okay.
he's going to give as a favor?
Apple butter?
We're going to make apple
Really?
butter in the small little jelly 4-ounce ones.
Yes.
And we told him we would make it at no charge if they bought the ingredients and bought the jars. And we would do it for free for him. So
Love
his
that.
mom is going to be carting 200 jars of Jackson-Vinton apple butter to North Carolina. And I'm sure some of those people, because her family's from Pennsylvania, but they live in North Carolina, so they got a mixed group of friends.
Guaranteed
Someone's going to be like,
they're
is
gonna
this?
right. Just
You know?
open it and try it.
And try it. Yeah. So I thought that was a
Yes.
very cool favor.
I
I mean,
love
you're
that
always
idea.
getting koozies and, things
Yeah.
that you use and put in a cabinet. This they'll use and they'll enjoy. So it was kind of a cool idea, and we're just excited to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So very cool.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
See, there's another hat. Wedding favor maker.
Wedding favor. Oh, shh, keep that quiet.
Yeah, don't tell anyone about that. You did not hear that
Yeah,
here.
my people might kill me if I say that too loud.
That's right. That's right. So, you are, congratulations, reelected to
I
the
know,
school
thank
board.
you, thank
Yeah.
you. So
and
excited.
yeah, that's amazing. And how long have you been on the school board now?
This is starting my third term, which is 4-year term. So 8.
Oh, wow.
I'll be starting 9 years. It'll be 12 years whenever I'm done with this term.
Okay.
And
You don't know yet.
I'm going to be older then. And I'm like 4 years from now, I'll be 62.
Have some grandbabies to
I
play
do,
with.
yeah.
And
So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I will never say never.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know. I will never. Not that I feel like it will be in a bad situation at all, but I don't want to leave something. I want to leave something better than I started it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I want people that are in it for the right reason to be on the board.
Mhm.
We have a great board. We work together right now so well. We don't always agree, and we all vote the way we feel.
Which
but we
is
like
how it
each
should
other,
be.
and we respect that.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about: is respecting someone else's view and just going with it.
Well, and I think in the past, it's been, several years ago now, but it was a dictatorship, and there's been other things come and go with different school boards and different, boards in general around the area. And I think that you all do have a mutual respect for each other and listen to each other's ideas and
Yeah.
whatever, and then but vote how you feel. And at the end of the
Absolutely.
day,
We respect that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
However
that's
it turns
great.
out, we respect it.
Yeah, and do it.
Um,
I mean, the whole thing is to do it for the kids.
That's absolutely
yourself
Every
or
decision you make
winning.
should be about the district, the kids, the teachers, the staff. That's what it's about.
Yep.
It's not about me. It's not about the other board members. It's about what we can do to make our district the best it can be.
That's right.
So,
And
yeah.
during all of this madness, that has been difficult.
Yeah, it has.
So.
But you know what? It's getting better. We
Mm-hmm.
voted, I don't know, a month ago or so to take masks off at the high school.
Oh, okay.
And monitor it and go through the holiday till we get out on break. And our numbers are good.
Okay.
We're not seeing spikes and, a normal 1 or 2 case, but we were seeing that with mask on.
Right.
So, everybody decided maybe it was time since everywhere else in the community is mask free.
Okay.
So it's a choice. They can wear it if they want. They don't have to if they don't want.
Yeah.
And as long as our numbers stay where they are, then we're good about that. So after first of the year, we're going to readdress maybe the middle school and elementary kids.
Okay.
So
And, honestly, with the vaccines available now to most of the children,
5 and up.
That gives them the opportunity from now till the first of the year to get those vaccines.
It's a choice for parents.
If you want.
And we've had some clinics at our schools with the health department for them to an opportunity for them to come if they want to be vaccinated.
Well, and I love that too. It's also an opportunity to be talking to your health department officials.
Yes.
Listen, I mean, you can do whatever you want with your own body, but making that decision for your child where they're so small and, have their whole life in front of them, it would be a difficult decision. And I'm glad I'm not faced with it, honestly. It would be a rough decision to make.
I'm sure it is for the parents. But our idea was just to give them the opportunity and make it easy if they chose to come to a school where they're comfortable.
Love that.
And work with the health department and just offer it. And you don't have to just be from Jackson to do it. Anybody in the community, even if you don't go to elementary school there, you can still come and get it.
Love that.
Yep.
And it's funny now because you have all these clinics where it's like, well, come get your first dose, come get your second dose, come get your booster.
I know.
Like, whatever, the more the merrier. Just come on in.
Absolutely.
So, and honestly, I was talking to a friend that lives in Chicago now over Thanksgiving break, and she just said, you all are so fortunate down here. Your health department is kicking butt. And like she said, this was over Thanksgiving, and she said she had tried to schedule her booster, and the fastest she could get it in was December 7th.
Wow.
And that was
before Thanksgiving.
Way back when.
Yeah,
So
it
was. So she's like, you guys are so lucky that you have these health department clinics and things like that where you can actually go and have access to it.
That's one of the perks of being in a small community, I feel.
It is.
It's just opportunity.
Yeah.
We don't have standing long lines usually. So
that's right.
It's good.
Even for voting and all that stuff.
Oh, everything.
So it's
That's right. So we will be starting our new year off. Last night we actually met school. We had a special meeting and exec session for we're hiring a new treasurer.
Okay.
So we are doing interviews, and we'll continue to do that, and hopefully sometime after first of the year we'll have a treasurer in place.
Boy, a school treasurer would be a tough job.
It's a rough job. It is. Yeah, there's a lot to it. People don't even understand how much there is to it.
Well, you're talking about a budget of millions of dollars to manage, and payroll, and just day-to-day operations of all of these schools, and I can't even imagine.
And we can't thank Brenda Hill enough. She came in and dug in and helped us get through a situation, and has been there. She retired years ago. Surprise,
Brenda.
But Brenda is such a
we
great
unretired
person.
You for a minute.
She has been helping us out tremendously and getting us through all the hiccups that we had.
Because it's the right thing to do. And she cares.
And she cares. She loves Jackson, and it's just what you do, you know. So hopefully new school year, new treasurer, and we'll be starting back on the right foot.
Are you still accepting applications for that?
No,
or
we did
is
close
that
the
closed?
applications. Yeah, so we did a preliminary, and then after first of the year, we'll decide who we call back and go from there.
Well, very, very good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on the spot here. So what has been being a school board member in Jackson, and I'm sure you're not speaking for other school districts, but what has been the toughest challenge over this whole COVID, debacle that we've had? What are some of the things that you just want to pull your hair out about?
Well, I mean, the first,
and then we'll talk about the good stuff too, what we're looking forward to.
And foremost is trying to keep our kids and staff and everybody safe. We had such a controversy over masks, and to me that's been very hard because, I understand, I get both sides, I do. But then at the end of the day, we have to make a decision that we feel is best for everybody.
And for the kids.
Yes. And, we were kind of split on that for that vote.
Yeah.
And that's hard. But we all had our reasons why.
Yeah.
So to me, that's probably been one of the hardest things is just trying to please everybody, which, you're never going to do. But in this case, it was an outpour of there was a lot of hate mail.
I was going to say, I mean, did you get some threats or did you get?
I didn't get threats, but I know that probably some did, and I'm sure Mr. Howard has, because he's the main person.
Yeah, he's the go-to.
He's the go-to,
Yeah.
and it's just a little uncomfortable, I think, in that situation because you feel like in your heart you're trying to do what's best and what's right
For the masses.
for just keeping people safe. And and I totally get everybody, the two views on it. And it seemed like with that, there was not a happy medium. It was either you were against it or you were for it and you didn't want to hear anything else.
Yeah.
But, and we had the meeting where we had several come in and talk, and it got, people are passionate about this, and I respect that. So you listen, and then you make your decision based on what you hear and what your facts in your mind are, and you try to do what's best. And so that's been the hardest thing for me, is just seeing people so at each other, like judgmental, and don't judge if I don't wear a mask, but don't judge me if I do.
Correct.
So that's probably been the hardest thing, is just seeing a small community that is just very giving and caring, and then one issue has divided a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, weird things. Friendships end over strange things like that. But
it does.
I think if everyone would just have some empathy, like empathy is such a good word because it's just that it should be what makes the world go round. But if you could just stop back for a second and not just think about you and your children, which I know you have to do, and I get that. You have to do what's best by your family, but you also need to understand other people's points of view. And if you can be empathetic toward their views as well, then I feel like it would be a lot better place. If I want to wear a mask into the grocery store, don't look at me and say, you don't have to do that anymore.
Or don't assume I'm not vaccinated because I have a mask on.
Correct.
Or, I think that's what goes on too, is it says, if you're not fully vaccinated, please wear a mask. Well, I may wear a mask anyway.
Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm wearing a mask pretty much everywhere I go now because Jamie and I have a little trip planned, and I certainly don't want
to get
to
that canceled, so why not? Yeah. Well,
it's paid for. I want to go.
And every time you fly, you're still wearing a mask. Like I get breakouts whenever I have to wear a mask for an extended period of time now. I feel like I'm back in puberty.
You do? I know.
Oh my gosh.
It's a thing.
I'm like, I've never had a zip that big. And it's crazy, but you do what you do. I mean, I'm not going to say when I get on a plane, by the way, I'm taking my mask off because I want to go where I'm going.
Correct. And you don't want to get
I don't want to be banned from flying.
Yeah.
So I do what I need to do. But, not everybody feels that way.
Correct. And that's totally fine too.
And that's okay. But when it's mandated on flights and stuff, you just do it. It's not fun and it's not comfortable, but you just do what you got to do.
I had a staff member that was telling us that they flew out west not too long ago, and there was a medical emergency on the plane. So they needed to land the plane and assist that person. And there was somebody on the plane that was just having an absolute fit and ripped their mask off and whatever. And basically at the end of it, the, authorities came on. They're like, we can either do this one of two ways. You either sit down and you put your mask on, or you're going to get taken off this plane in the middle of God only knows where we are right now.
You feel for yourself.
And they did. They took her off the plane.
Did they really?
Yeah. And, so just, if you're going to be like that, don't fly, because that's what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, they are. I mean,
they're strict.
Yeah. And I'm fortunate because, I've been flying back and forth to Florida and then just to South Carolina, and we have had nobody be like disruptive or knock on wood, I don't know what I would do in that situation. I think it'd be scary. I really do. I think it would be scary just to see someone, so adamant and respect their feelings about it, but know that you can't do that on a plane.
Yeah, just don't do it on a plane. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to get on a plane and I'm going to put my mask on and I'm going to play Candy Crush and not look up for an hour and a half because I don't want any problems.
Right. And I think you're right. I mean, we have our annual meeting coming up tomorrow and Friday in Columbus, our Ohio Farm Bureau annual meeting. And that's where I'm taking delegates, and we start, at our county level, and then we go to the state and then the national level in January. we got to wear masks. I mean, it's in the convention center and in Hilton Hotel, they're still wearing masks in Columbus.
Absolutely.
So I told my peeps, I said, take your mask or two because we will have masks on.
Yep. Jamie and I had to go over to Athens the other day, and I mean, some places, I think they still have their mask mandate going on, but some places, let's be honest, the campus bars are not gonna probably enforce as much, but
not.
The restaurant we went into, I mean, staff was wearing it. You were required to wear it to go in, and I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Like,
too.
I don't care. Just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it at this point. Like, we all wore the freaking things for a year. So
I feel like we're getting on the other side of it. I really do. So, it's just, my grandson was born during COVID, and he probably is wondering what's going on now when people aren't wearing masks.
Correct. He didn't have a clue.
You know, poor baby. Everybody wears masks. That's just the thing you do. I'm hoping that he's young enough that he won't remember that part.
Yeah. And that it becomes a thing where we don't have to again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Okay. So that was kind of the bad part of school board issues, but what are the things that you look forward to moving on as we kind of hopefully get past some of this stuff?
Some of the good things I think that came out of COVID, if you will, because I talk to a lot of the kids, they come to Rotary, and I just make a point to talk to kids and say, how has this affected you?
What's going on in their little noggins,
How has this affected you in a good way and in a bad way? And 95% of the kids will say, in a good way, it's taught us it's really prepared us for college. Because when they were virtual, it wasn't the same thing. You don't have a teacher in there. You have virtual learning. It's going to be more like online college.
Correct. Like you got to do it on your own.
Right. And I think that has helped prepare our kids in a weird way.
Okay.
To be ready for college and to work on their own. Now, not everybody is cut out for online. They're not.
No.
And a lot of them said that. I realize that I took a lot of things for granted, and it really, family time became more important. And I think,
thank goodness,
seeing that and seeing our kids being able to play sports and band and activities and drama,
having the play. That's so good.
That is so important to mental health for all of our kids. I mean, and not only the kids, but the teachers, the parents, you know, and I think it has taught our teachers a little different way of teaching also. I mean, they realize anything you do, I've been with Farm Bureau, this is my 32nd year, you get complacent sometimes and you just like go through the motions.
We do. And I mean, at least this has been interesting.
Yes. And I think it made us all think outside that box a little more. And I just made things a little more exciting. And I think that's what our teachers have done too. Mm-hmm. I think they realize that you don't have to be traditional all the time. Mm-hmm. As long as you're teaching, there's different ways to do it. And that's exciting to me. You know, I mean, that's that's really good to see that. And I think we have been one of the leaders in doing that in Jackson. I think our teachers have stepped up and they do what they have to do also. And they got very creative as well.
Well, I know some of the teachers, you know, especially the elementary teachers,
oh my goodness,
where the kids used to switch classes all the time. Yeah. It got to where, you know, we didn't want to do that. So instead of you just teach the one subject and the kids move on.
Yeah.
It was how we went to school, which is your teacher's your teacher, and that's it. Yep. So I think all these teachers were like, oh
my goodness.
Oh, I'm going to have to learn how to teach math and science and whatever. And that's totally fine because I'm equipped to do it. It's just not my jam. Yeah. So, oh my gosh. But then they realized that they can do it.
And they have teams and they worked with
they work together
of, oh, you're better at this. So you do that. I'm better at this. And they worked it out.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the freedom to do that and they did it.
Yeah.
So
that was like something interesting that they had to work through. And just in talking with teachers, they were like, I know at the beginning, they were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. And even something so small as our Rotary Seniors of the Month. Mm-hmm. We took that for granted. We knew we were going to have seniors every month, you know? And then all of a sudden we couldn't. And so it was like, wow, this is crazy.
So sad.
You know, and another thing is just not only thinking outside the box, but these teachers have gotten so creative with hands-on stuff, especially in the elementary school. You know, I went in, once you start doing one thing and people see you doing it, I made butter with Holy mackerel. I made butter in Oak Hill twice.
Yes.
I made butter in Jackson 3 times
Uh-huh.
at Southview alone. You want to hit every age level, and we had a blast.
Yes.
We had a blast, and
we
the
made
teachers
it here
enjoyed it.
too,
We made it.
remember?
It just,
Yeah.
I mean, I love doing things like that. So the teachers were like, this was success after school programs. We want to bring in other things so the kids get an opportunity to do this. So yeah, utilize your community. Absolutely.
Well, absolutely. And it's so fun too. Like the making the butter. I'll be honest with you, I'm an idiot. I had no idea that it was that simple.
That's that simple.
I mean, it takes some
Most
work
people
and time,
don't.
but
That's right.
So if you'd have said what's in butter, I'd have said I have no idea.
Yeah. Right.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
And so now these kids realize like what they're eating.
Yeah. And
and that they could actually
make it in about 15 minutes or less. Yeah. So what we did at Southview, and funny story, I went to Oak Hill, went to Southview, and then was going back to Oak Hill. And one of the teachers at Southview said, "Oh, next week when you do the kindergarten and first graders, have you thought about doing plastic?" And I said, "I have not, and I don't think it'll be the same. I don't know what it is about that pint jar, that glass pint jar." So I said, "But I haven't ever had any break." So I mean, we show them how to do it. I think we'll be good. I've done them with young kids. So I went to Oak Hill, and I think it was second, third graders. Yeah, broke my streak. We were shaking that butter.
There's always that one.
I was walking around checking it, and I hear, and I didn't even want to turn around. I was like, because you got 4 kids in a group, and you're making butter for that group.
Oh, no.
And when you break your jar, you got no butter.
Oh,
So
no.
luckily, I had made one ahead of time. And I always learn now you make one ahead of time just in case something happens. And they still get tasted. But that jar went everywhere.
Oh,
and the
no.
butter and milk everywhere. So I went back to Southview the next week, and I said, "Thank you very much. You jinxed me."
It's all your fault.
It is your fault. And she started laughing. I said, "So we cannot break one today. But I do have an extra one." And I made the teachers do one. I said, "You all make one too."
Yes.
And if we have an accident, we have butter.
Just in case.
But I love doing that stuff. It's so fun.
It is fun, and it's simple, but it's also meaningful, and it's a memory for the kids too.
Yeah. And I told them, I said, this, matter of fact, I said, take this and do this with your family for Thanksgiving, because it was right before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And then Southview had a Thanksgiving dinner. Like we did it on theirs on a Friday. On Monday, they were having a dinner. So we took all the extra butter and put it in a bowl, and they used that at their Thanksgiving dinner at school.
So cool.
Yeah, got to put it on
Love
their
that.
rolls. Yeah. So
Very
so fun.
good. So these are all the things that we can get back into that, unfortunately haven't been able to do in the past. And hopefully more and more events and more everything.
Yeah.
More in-person stuff.
I'm hoping this year, and we're planning to do an Ag Day in person like we used to.
Okay.
Out at the OARDC Research Farm, and we have the kids come out. We have about 600 second graders come out to Jackson. We'll see how this new variant is. We can always go virtual if we need to with that. We've done a virtual one for 2 years. But, I think everybody's kind of ready to get out. It's outside, it's animals, and it's fun things. So that's our plans.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Who doesn't
Hopefully,
like
if
fun?
the schools will come, that's what we have to find out first. Are you willing to let them travel and go outside the school? But we are. I mean, we're allowing things now, like even out of state. Our baseball team goes for spring training in Myrtle Beach, and we've approved letting them go out as long as there's guidelines. And of course, parents have to sign waivers and stuff. It's if something happens while they're there, they have to get their kid back. And
Yeah, of course.
it's a big deal.
But that's the norm now. And, bands getting to go to Disney and just, different things like that the kids, unfortunately, if you were a senior the past couple of years, you did miss out on things. And it wasn't fair.
Yep, you're right.
But
so we'll have to play that by ear, and I think we're going to see a little bit of hesitancy from our parents, maybe wanting their kids to do some of these things.
And that's totally fine
that's
too.
Okay. So some of the stuff that we will approve will be based on parents' decision.
And that's
what
totally
they feel
fine.
is right and best for their kids.
Listen, at the end of the day, your decision about your child should
It's
be
your decision.
the-
That's absolutely right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
don't anybody tell anybody how to
I'm
raise their
driving
kids.
myself crazy right now. I can hear this bell every time I shake my head, and I'm like, I can hear a jingle bell.
You remind me of the
gosh.
elf with Santa Claus on A Christmas Story, where
gosh,
he's like
I like-
talking like that.
I do.
Get
I guess I
going.
used my head a lot more than I thought I did. Oh gosh. Okay, bells. Oh well.
Oh, no,
It's good we
that's
can
so
laugh
funny.
and have fun, right?
It is. You are correct. You're
Oh, my
correct.
goodness.
So we do have a few minutes left. Is there anything, Courtney? Do we have any questions or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. We must have covered it all pretty well
Covered
then.
it all.
Must
pretty
have. Has
well.
it already been an
Yeah.
hour? My goodness.
Yeah.
That's quick.
We have 6 minutes left.
Okay, what do we want to talk about in 6 minutes? Go.
Should we talk about the weather?
Yeah, we can talk
yeah.
about the weather. Okay, so I'm super confused because some of the schools were closed today
Okay,
and whatnot.
closed today.
So evidently, we must have been on the cusp
I
of,
think so.
of this. There must have been snow because
Yeah.
one of our brewers came from Gallipolis and he said there were wrecks everywhere and
I heard
ice
there was
everywhere.
I saw we were on level 1.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
I woke up to the text.
I
level
know.
one,
And you're
so
like,
I
what?
Went,
Look out.
I went and looked out and I went, oh, I wanted the snow. Like I
Yeah,
felt
I
like it-
know.
it
A
felt
little
like
snow's
s-
great.
Yeah, it felt like snow yesterday. Like
Yeah,
it,
it
was,
really did.
It smelled like snow. It was just
Yeah,
that
it should have
cold.
snowed yesterday.
I
Yeah.
really think that for some reason, so don't judge or whatever again,
No.
like be empathetic to these school districts and
Yeah.
stuff because evidently there was snow somewhere.
Right.
We just didn't get it here
There
in
were-
Jackson.
I think in that area, it was more black ice
Yeah.
on the road.
I think that's because that's what Grant was saying. Like he said, there's wrecks everywhere coming
Yeah.
from Gallipolis to here.
I heard
and
there was a
so-
big wreck at
so
the truck
slick.
stop there that with some semis.
Yeah, it's just it's
Yeah,
it's,
I mean, we're on that little line, I feel sometimes.
Mhm.
Even Athens will get a lot of snow and we got nothing.
Yep.
You know, so
just never
I like being
know.
on that bubble sometimes.
depends on what side of the bubble you fall on.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
But-
my secretary Nikki, she texted me early and she said, Oak Hill doesn't have school today. Do you care if I bring my son to work? And I'm like, bring him. Yeah, we'll put him to work.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then I was like, why? did they
Why?
not have- why did they not have? Was something wrong? Or she said, no, the weather. So they must have got something down there that we didn't. hear.
Correct.
So
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
absolutely.
But so it's weird. Do you have the weather graphic there pulled
I
up there, Courtney?
do.
Okay. So
Oh.
here, see, there's really no.
Oh, it's going to be 47
our
and
area-
sunny on Sunday.
Yes.
Great day to come out.
Absolutely looking good. So Friday, Saturday, a little bit of rain in the forecast,
Mhm.
but look at those warm temperatures up into the
Wow.
60s. And then
Wow.
for your event on Sunday,
Yeah.
sunny skies, highs of 47, which means put on your coat and your
Yep.
mittens and whatever, and it'll
Won't be
be
bad.
perfectly
Now the
fine.
28
Be great.
is concerning a little bit because we'll be there early. So we'll
Oh,
have to
yeah.
layer and then take it off, right?
Yep.
That's
but
right.
47's perfect. That's a great.
Yes.
Not too. You don't want it real warm for
You
this.
don't.
You gotta have a little bit.
It
of
needs
the
to be.
chill.
You have to be in the. in
Santa's
the-
dressed really warm, so he needs a little chill.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
There's a
that'll be
lot
good.
of cushioning around there.
But 62 on Saturday and
Yeah.
rain, so we'll be getting wet setting up, but that's all right.
That's okay.
Maybe we'll get a little break. you
Yep.
know?
But yeah, so the weather really seasonably, I'd say, is a little bit on the warm side for this time
December?
of the
Yeah,
year
I
for
do too.
December. So
Yeah.
can't complain too much about it. And again, if you are out and about driving, be a little cautious.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it does seem that in certain areas, I mean,
Yeah.
Ted Frazier doesn't
He
put
just-
out a snow emergency
no.
for with no snow.
Right,
So
right.
it's obviously somewhere in the county,
Yeah.
and just be very careful about that.
I know one thing I would like to plug.
Sure.
We still have at our office, we're still doing our hometown, whatever we call it, with our Farm Focus Friday, but it's actually Farm Focus every day.
Yes.
We have local honey for sale. And all these things can make great I love getting little gift baskets of homemade stuff.
Yes.
So we
That's
have,
awesome.
Pike County has their kettle corn that's locally grown popcorn.
Okay.
So we have kettle corn. We have buffalo dip from a member in Vinton County.
Okay.
We have the local honey. We have our apple butter. And we have freezer beef. not only from Fraser's now. We have Fraser's Farm.
Yes.
And we have Triple D Ranch from Oak Hill,
Nice.
which is Dirk Dempsey.
Yeah.
So come and get you a little gift basket to give someone that's special to you.
And you have the apple butter.
And we have apple butter. So you can make a nice little gift basket. And
Absolutely.
we would even do a gift certificate for meat if you said we want to spend this much money on meat and let them come and pick what they want.
Oh,
So
good idea.
One-stop shop. Shop local, right?
That's right. And
Support your farmers.
Farm Bureau office is located right down by the Treatery in Jackson. You
231 Broadway Street.
can't miss it. And what are your hours once again?
8:30 to 4.
Okay.
And we are closed 12 to 12:30 for a mental break for lunch. We have been so busy right now because I have 2 counties doing wreath contests. They're a scholarship. They get live wreaths and decorate them any way they want. There's only 35 sold. It's like our Hog Wild, but only it's a wreath.
Uh-huh.
And if you go on our Facebook page, oh my gosh, there are some beautiful wreaths.
Like crazy.
They collect.
Imaginative.
Yes, they collect votes until sometime in January, and then we'll pick one most creative, original one, and it's just fun.
Love
It's
that.
our spinoff of Hog Wild in 2 counties.
Yeah. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Very good.
So-
Oh, now I want to go on and look at the wreaths.
Yeah, go look at our wreaths. They are pretty. It just amazes me how creative they get every year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who knew?
Yeah.
Thank you, Pinterest, and
Yes,
just really
exactly.
creative, weird people that
Are you
think up.
creative people that can just put a hot glue gun in your hand and go?
Oh, don't you just hate those
Oh,
people?
Yes, I do.
Well, cool. Well, thank you for spending the morning with us.
Oh, thanks
One
for
more
the
time,
invite. Yes.
just go over the event on Sunday.
Yep, drive-through event. We are going to let you get out of the vehicle and get a picture with Santa at the carriage. We will have a photographer there at the Jackson County Fairgrounds. It is from 9 a.m. to noon. Free. Hot breakfast, pancakes, sausage, and milk, and live animals that you can come and actually see too.
Yay.
So come and join us. We're planning for 400. If we have more than that, we'll come and we may run out of something, but we still want you to come and enjoy it. And like we said, bring those doggies. Bring those doggies.
That's right. Bring doggy Augie.
Yeah. So we're excited to see everybody. I think just the kids' faces and heck, the adults that dress up.
I know.
This is, like you said, our time to be kids again too.
Right.
Yeah. Super fun.
Just be a kid again. Have
Yep.
fun. That's what it's all
Absolutely.
about.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, our good friend Kim Hattle-Harless, the elf today, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We
problem.
always love
Thank
having you
you.
here on the
I
program.
appreciate the invite. And I told you that day, I literally was getting ready to text you. I had said to my secretary, I need to text Jennifer and see if we can get this promoted. And she texted me.
It
I'm
was like,
oh my God, we are
weird.
all on the same page.
yeah, it's really weird. That's
So
scary.
thank you for the invite.
Of course, anytime.
Very good.
All right. Well, have a wonderful day, everyone. And we will be back here tomorrow with more excitement and maybe a visit from our good friend Pete Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Who is back, right?
He's back. Yeah,
Woohoo!
he's been on
Back.
vacation for a couple weeks.
Can't wait
He
to
took
hear.
2 weeks off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
I
Pam.
love just him talk about his whole vacation.
Oh,
Pam has
Good.
cracked the whip,
Good.
and he is having to take breaks.
Hey, they're called mental health breaks. They
Correct.
really are.
He does
People-
look refreshed.
You do need it.
Yep.
You really
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
Good for him.
Absolutely. That's what
Good
we
for
thought.
Pam.
right.
We're like, you go, Pam.
That's
Good for
right.
you, sister. All right. Well, have a wonderful day, everyone, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Bye bye.
See you,
Thanks for
everybody.
watching.